Hello everybody, my name is Casey Visser. I'm the Artistic Director of Billings Studio Theatre, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Spotlight on Arts and Culture, made possible by Billings Cultural Partners and, of course, Community 7 Television. This is our last program for a few months. I know you're very sad, but we saved a very special guest until the end. My partner and our Managing Director, Nancy Wollenberg, is here. So we'll get to our conversation with Nancy in a minute. But first, some BST news and notes. Season tickets are on sale for next year's season. We're kind of wrapping up our 71st season, but season tickets are ready for 72. To get our early bird pricing, please swing by the box office by June 14th. We're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 3. We have a lot of different options for you. Nancy, would you explain what are the benefits of season tickets?
A huge benefit is cost.
Right.
Next year, our tickets will be, musicals will be 25, right, and 23 for seniors and students. Our non-musicals will be 23 and 21.
Right.
So season tickets did stay the same. So when you average out, a season ticket is about $20 per ticket. Right. If you purchase early for a senior. We have two packages. We have an 8 admission and a 6 admission. And you can use those admissions however you want throughout the year. They're flexible.
So you could use them all in one show?
You could use them all in one show if you want. We have people that buy two 8-packs, and 2 people come to every single show.
For a couple, maybe.
For a couple. We have, where one person buys an 8-pack. We also have people that are snowbirds, or so they kind of, just like when are they going to be out of town, and then they buy, a season ticket. Package that works for them. Right. They also get the advantage of reserving their seats for a production 1 week before the general public.
That's huge.
That is huge, especially I'm going to say for our musicals or Sundays. Our Sundays are so popular right now. Everyone wants to come to a matinee. And so the first week they're on sale, they season ticket holders either call or come into the theater. Then the second week, tickets are on sale. They go online, so everyone can purchase.
Right, and you can still come into the box office.
You can still come into the box office or give us a call.
So huge advantage.
Huge advantage.
We are raising our ticket prices by $1 on cash sales.
Yep.
But season tickets are
staying the same.
What a bargain.
Right. And like you said, our early bird special ends June 14th. Right. And then season tickets are on sale through Frozen, the first show of our season. But they do go up. Our 6-pack goes up 5, and our 8 admission goes up 10. You also get the advantage if, by chance, which happened a lot this year, where there was a sold-out show. We do take season ticket holders first on the wait list.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yes.
So huge advantage.
Huge advantage.
So please, think about it.
Right.
Moving on, we still have, or we're still taking applications, I should say, for our 1-week kids camp, which runs from June the 16th through June 20th. So once again, please contact the box office if you have a child ages 8 to 14 with an interest in theater. It's so much fun. We had so much fun last summer. They get to go through different classes, dance and singing and acting. It's a ton of fun. So again, please give us a call or stop in at the box office to get more information about summer camp. Escape to Margaritaville is sold out. Okay, today is June the 4th as of this recording. So please, get on the wait list if you want to try to see this. As Nancy said, we'll give priority to season ticket holders. But thank you so much to the community for being so supportive of us all year and really closing this 71st season out with a bang. It's a very good show. Hopefully you have tickets or you can get on that wait list. So we thought it would be fun kind of before looking back to give folks a preview of what we've got coming next year. So we're going to do kind of a brief summary of the different shows. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
Sure, you go ahead.
So opening the season is Frozen, the Broadway musical. We're so fortunate. We're one of the first community theaters in this region to be offered this show. It is obviously the story of the princesses Anna and Elsa. It's similar to the movie, but man, they've added a lot, some great numbers. I would say it's a darker show, but still very, very kid-friendly. We're in the process of auditions right now, and we had 90 people come out to audition for Frozen.
Yeah.
So Wendy Carlin is our director. Amy Schindler's doing music for us. They're going to have some tough choices.
They are.
But this has Olaf and Kristoff and Hans and all the characters you know and love. So Frozen opens in September. We open on September 5th, and we're going to run it for 4 weeks. But again, get your tickets once they go on sale for this in August, right? This is going to be big.
And we did the Growing Stage production a few years ago, but this is the adult, off of Broadway
version. It's the full
version.
Broadway version, yeah. It's 2 hours plus.
More songs,
yeah.
So that
and again,
be
more
fantastic.
complexity. It's just a beautiful story. But at its heart, it's still the two sisters, which is great.
We'll have all kinds of Annas and Elsas coming to the shows, which was so fun to see.
And hopefully we can do some photographs after the show, stuff like that. Yeah.
In October, this is something different, a different show.
Yes.
The Woman in Black, and it's kind of exciting. This is a spine tingler. It's on a dark, stormy night. A lawyer he hires an actor to help him recreate the story that's kind of been haunting him of when he attended a funeral of an elderly recluse, and he caught sight of a woman in black. And she haunts the neighborhood where her child was killed, and anyone who sees her dies. So spooky, different than we have done,
Good
but
for
so
October.
exciting.
Good
Yes,
for October, yeah.
This is a great actor's piece,
Yes, it
and it will
is.
be a great audience piece too. I mean, we've had a couple people saying, "Oh, you're doing The Woman in Black."
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are familiar.
And there was
with
a
it.
movie that came out a few years ago with Daniel Radcliffe, the Harry Potter actor. This is different, but same basic story.
So we will be running that for 2 weekends in October, October 10th through the 19th.
Yep. It's set in an old theater, so BST will be kind of a character, the spooky theater.
You could tell the story when you're reading the script.
Oh, yeah, so I'm reading this, deciding, whether we're going to put it on the season, and I'm alone in the theater, and it freaked me out, man. Like starting to hear noises.
Which the building does creak sometimes.
It does. There's some creaks. And our holiday show is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
So exciting.
It is. We've been trying to get this for a while. And basically, it's the 60s cartoon, the Rankin Bass or whatever it was. It's got all the songs you know and love: Rudolph, Holly Jolly Christmas, Silver and Gold. The characters you love: Sam the Snowman, Santa, Rudolph, the Bumble. So this will be a ton of fun, family-friendly show. We're going to open it like we did with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, kind of the week before Thanksgiving. Take Thanksgiving off, so cast and crew can spend time and audience with their friends and family, and then we'll run it for 2 more weeks into December. So Rudolph is exactly what you think you're going to get. That's what we want to deliver. It should be a great show.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have some great directors this year, this coming season, this past season as well, this coming season that you can talk about as well.
Yeah.
So in January we will be having our first Growing Stage Players of the Season, and you can use your season tickets for our Growing Stage productions, but I suggest that you save those for our main stage, and as our Growing Stage will be $15 versus our
25.
Right, 25.
So
The Wind in the Willows, this is a non-musical. If you know the books, very beautiful story. Begins a peaceful summer on a river, is soon disrupted by Toad and his obsession with motor cars. And after crashing, he steals one and lands himself in jail. So this will be great for younger kids, for actually 8 to 18 can audition. So those auditions will probably be, I'm guessing, in
September, late September, early October. Yeah.
So it's just, this is a spirited adaptation of this timeless, boastful
classic.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we should talk about directors. I mentioned Wendy. Sarah Holm will be directing Woman in Black.
Right.
Sandra Baker, who has just delivered a wonderful show with Margaritaville, is directing Rudolph. And Seja and Mae Foster, who did Alice, are doing Wind in the Willows.
Yep.
So it's going to be wonderful. Next up, The Outsider. This is a political comedy that is nonpartisan. I just always want to get that out of the way, right? It's poking fun at the system, both parties. Ned Newley doesn't want to be governor. He's the lieutenant governor, but his boss gets fired because of a scandal. Imagine that. And he has to take over. He's very good at his job, but as a politician, he's the worst. So a political consultant says that Ned might be the worst candidate ever, and that's exactly what the public's looking for. So it is a really timely, hilarious comedy, skewers politics.
Fun characters.
Yes, celebrates democracy, all that good stuff. Jim McCrae, who directed Halfway There, is directing The Outsider. Running that for 2 weeks in early February.
So then for one weekend, we'll have Dare to Dream Junior, which is a brand new kind of musical review for our youth. Drawing from a century of beloved Disney films, Dare to Dream Junior features songs, some of your favorite musical, The Princess and the Frog, Coco, Frozen 2. So this musical review just is a mix of contemporary songs and timeless classics. And Kayla Braun will be directing.
She's our box office manager. I'm sure if you've come to our theater, you're aware of Kayla. She has a passion for youth theater, and she's directing this, which we're so excited. That's around Valentine's Day.
It is.
Right, of 26.
Right.
Next up, we have another musical. This one's the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I'm sure folks are kind of aware of the show. BST's never done it. But this is kind of an eclectic group of 6 kids vying for the Spelling Bee Championship. The deal is they're played by adults. So you have adults playing children, which is hilarious. Just all the ups and downs, of the competition and growing up, and it's just a sweet show. Amy Schendel, who directed Waitress for us, is directing Spelling Bee. Huge excitement for this show. A lot of people, it's kind of a passion project for them. And audiences seem to be, like our patrons are like, oh, that's a fun show. Now Rocky Mountain College produced this years ago. I think Nova, I don't know if they were Venture at the time, produced it years ago, but BST never has. So we're gonna take a swing.
That'll be fun.
After
that, April again for 2 weeks, we will be having Jonas and Barry in the Home. Not Jonas and Barry in the House.
No, that's a different show.
Different show entirely. This is, actually, I love this script when I read this. It's a great story. So Barry is he's in a senior home. His daughter puts him there because she wants to look over him, look after him. And then in comes Jonas. And Jonas is kind of a character himself. He's a ladies' man. And at first, these two do not get along. They butt heads. Well, honestly, Barry butts heads with Jonas. Jonas is just, is a fun person, but kind of how they get to know each other and how, you kind of see Barry's backstory and it's a really great
very funny. It's got
show.
heart. Norm Foster, he's our Canadian playwright. We do a lot of his work. But this, honestly, I think is one of my favorite.
I agree. You agree? I agree. Yeah,
great show.
Love it.
Yep. And then that runs in April. In May, our audiences love farces, right? They love the door slammers, silly, crazy, convoluted plots. We've got one called Farce of Nature. Now, our long-term audience may remember Farce of Habit a few seasons ago. This is actually a prequel to that. And not that you have had to see the other show, but it's some of the same characters, and they run a family fishing lodge called the Reel 'em Inn. but there's new characters. It is really funny.
Right.
So that's going to play in May. Mama Won't Fly, did great for us. So I think this will be a similar vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, and back to Jonas and Barry, Lynette Ryder is our director. Farce of Nature, Jamie C. Green, who's the Rocky drama professor, is directing that.
And I think you should talk about 1776 since
Oh, boy.
this is your show.
Kind of a passion project for me.
Yeah.
Those of you who know me, I taught history for 25 years. And one of the areas I love is the American Revolution, the founding of the United States. So 1776 is obviously about the Declaration of Independence, that whole decision to break free from England. Follows John Adams, Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson. It's just a wonderful play. And it's running June of 26. In July of 26 is our 250th birthday.
Right, unbelievable.
So it's amazing that it just hit. It's not Hamilton. Some of our older patrons, oh, you got Hamilton. No, we didn't. It's not available.
Yeah.
But this musical is a classic, came out in the late 1960s. And it's just wonderful. It's got heart. It's got kind of that classical musical feel. It's a big cast.
Right.
Great roles.
Right.
So if folks haven't done theater before, especially guys, we're going to need a lot of guys. This would be a good one to break in on, I'm co-directing with Liz Alexander. So yeah, it's a big show, lots of costumes, lots of colonial wigs.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun though. And try to get to the heart of who these people were.
Right.
That's really my passion with it. So, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Speaking of a lot of new people being able to be on stage, I mean, this year we've been fortunate to have a lot of new people come to not only to volunteer, to audition, to be on stage. I think we counted almost like 30 new faces at least.
It's incredible.
I mean, not including our kids show. That's our main stage show.
Yeah,
So.
and we had talked about, today we're going to try to kind of dissect what goes into a production. We're kind of running low on time, so maybe we could just look back, and kind of what are some favorite moments from last season, and maybe we'll circle back and do this thing, on another episode. So think back to our 71st season. What sticks out to you?
I guess so many moments. First of all, and I have to be brief. First of all, waitress, when we were offered, the availability to apply for rights for waitress, and I knew, it's a huge just off tour, that our performers would be excited about it. I was a little worried about, will audiences be excited? And
but
I was so happy that they were. Happy they were. Clue had been trying to, get Clue for a few years and got Clue, got Eric Kendricks back, on stage.
Who was our executive director years ago.
Joseph. Okay, Joseph is one of my favorite musicals. So to have it on stage is.
And then we did the encore.
Which we
haven't done for a while, right? Taking a show on
the energy we did here at the Lincoln Center. Yeah, the energy here was so fun, and it was such a
community moment. Where everybody.
And so proud of that cast and crew for moving in here. Because they had. They hadn't gotten together since they closed the middle of December. They got together on the Sunday before we performed.
Correct.
And
rehearsed hard all week.
And then put a fabulous show on that Friday.
Yeah, I think it was just as strong as when we closed.
How, they remembered their songs, their dance, great show. What else? It seems so... there are just so many. May We All was a sleeper this year, I think. That was a really fun show. The Tin Woman, that when we read that script, I cried. And then seeing it come, that was just a beautiful...
And audiences, when they were leaving the theater, their eyes were red. They didn't want to talk. They just kind of wanted to...
Yeah, and it was, it was a hard subject, but it was so well written that there was a little bit of comedy in there. Even
truly,
Margaritaville, fun show. Listening to Jimmy Buffett, them sing.
So good. So good.
There's some amazing talent. And I guess seeing new people is one of the things that seeing new people, but seeing veterans also just have so much fun this year.
But veterans taking the new people under their wing.
Exactly,
and
right?
not telling them what to do, but just say, hey, I'm here to help mentor you.
I guess I'm really proud of this season.
By far.
Just every single show did so well.
Yeah. And I agree with all that. I think Alice in Wonderland for a kid's show, for any show, was just top notch. Halfway there, small cast, kind of comedic. Had some dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
Norm Foster, wonderful show. Mama Won't Fly was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Just madcap. I think we talked about all the shows at this point. Did we forget anything?
Right.
From top to bottom. All those opening nights, just the feeling of pride was amazing.
Right.
Because we, audiences seem to enjoy, the cast and crew enjoyed.
Right. And at Strike, every show at Strike, when, they sit on stage around the table,
kind of
sharing. All the cast, I think, were really very close this year, which,
They were, right.
And some people came back to do,
multiple shows
or work backstage and then do a show.
You take a guy, and he popped into my mind, Chad Morse, great guy, played he was in 3 of the 4 musicals this year, and he almost tried out for Margaritaville. He goes, I just can't, just an example, not necessarily leads, but he was, that's so cool. And I thought our little fundraisers were fun.
They were.
Like the waitress pie sales, I think was fun.
Yeah.
We had the Clue game night.
Yeah.
We've had different raffles. The current raffle, you want to talk about the current raffle?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a Jimmy Buffett margarita maker.
Right.
Yeah, and some margarita mix and,
non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
You
can stop by and get your own spirits. But that's going very well.
Right. Yeah.
We also had our fundraiser.
That was hugely fun.
Where Jack Klein, JK and the Northern Lights swing band.
Oh my gosh.
People, had a great time that evening. Yep. Very appreciative of the support.
Bighorn Resort.
Yeah, out at the Bighorn Resort, right?
Yeah, that was so much fun. And we had our featured vocalists. I'm not going to list them all because I'll forget somebody.
Yeah.
But they were amazing, singing, swing songs, blue skies, different things.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah.
So what are you most looking forward to, Nancy, next season? I know we're tired.
I thought you meant, what am I?
I know we're
what
tired.
Am I most looking forward to? So many shows next year that I think that it's a great season. Jonas and Burying the Home. Right. I know that a lot of people are like musicals, but I am really looking forward to seeing that stage.
Yes.
And how that plays. Frozen, such great music. Right. Rudolph, just Farce of Nature will be fun to kind of see those characters back.
Right.
Not necessarily the cast that was in Farce of Habit. Maybe some of them, but.
We'll see what Jamie wants.
But the show, right. What about you?
Just like you, I'm excited for all of them. Woman in Black is so different. I'm curious to see not only, how that turns out, but how audiences, respond, because it is spooky.
Yeah.
And the woman, doesn't say much, but she's pretty terrifying. Yeah. So that'll be a ton of fun. It's going to be a lot of work. I just really hope all the new people continue, coming back. We get more new people, which we did for Frozen auditions. So to kind of wrap this up, I don't think we can say thank you enough to our patrons, obviously, to our cast, our crew, all our volunteers, our board members, right? Because we're kind of the leadership team, right? The directors.
But we can't do it alone. No.
Oh my goodness, this year has been amazing with everybody chipping in.
Right. And our staff.
Obviously, our staff.
Our staff.
Let's
it's
talk
kind
about our staff. I think they're just excellent.
They are, right?
We take them for granted almost. Yeah.
Kayla, our box office manager. Jana, our technical manager, Miranda, our costume shop manager, and then we have, a couple of, youth part-time.
Absolutely.
And some work study. But so starting, like September through December, it's kind of like we're moving along.
Yep,
but
yep,
once
yep.
we hit
Oh my gosh,
January, it was like bam, bam, bam. We're
Exactly.
almost every weekend. So thank you. I mean, our staff just like.
And thank their
Been there,
families,
right.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
nights away from home. Thank
Right.
our families.
Yes.
Thank, like, Ted Kylander does so much for us in the scene shop. I guess the point I'm trying to make, it wouldn't be the same
Exactly.
if any of these people weren't giving it their all.
Right.
So it's pretty amazing.
Right. And looking at next year, there's some huge volunteer opportunities. Say, for instance, costuming.
Yes.
Like if if you know how to sew, if you want to know how to sew, if
Yep.
you're creative, helping on sets.
Yep.
We need helping on sets.
Yes.
If you want to usher, house manage,
Absolutely.
but helping with props.
And
There's
Faye
so much
Holm,
to do.
Who's kind of our volunteer liaison.
Right.
She's created a form. It's really cool. It's called Time and Talent. You'll see it in our lobby. It's a bright yellow form. If you're there, please come and fill one of those out, and what areas you could help with, and we can contact you.
I mean, if you want to be on stage, fantastic.
That's
but
great.
There's so many, and there's some people that are on stage, but then their family members volunteer backstage or in
Exactly.
other areas.
Exactly.
So it could be a
could be a family thing.
thing.
We
Yeah,
have a lot of
have date
families.
night at the theater,
Yep.
every night for 6 weeks.
Yes, exactly. We're almost out of time. One last thing. Every year we do something called the People's Choice Awards. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Sure. So if you've seen all 8 main stage productions,
Right.
there is a People's Choice form, and just ask for it at the box office. And you can vote for your favorite actor, your favorite actress, and your favorite show.
Right. And we
So-
do kind of a fun
Right.
party awards,
Yeah.
not
Right.
serious, not
Right.
super competitive, but that's part of that at the end of June.
Right. So I do want to say this is your first official year
Yes.
as artistic
Yes.
director. So it's been great working with you
Thank
this
you.
past year. I think
Likewise.
I
Likewise,
think
yeah.
we've done
great.
we've done well together.
This is a victory lap. people.
This
I'm
is
just
right.
teasing.
So thank you as
Thank
well
you.
for all
yes,
you've
absolutely.
done.
Likewise.
job.
And we will circle back and do an episode about what it takes to put on a community theater production, because I think that's really fascinating. We'll do that next year, from reading the plays to, the run of the show, basically. But I think that will do it. Again, thank you so much to our community for our 71st season. We want a break, but we can't wait to get started on our 72nd season, which again will open next fall with Frozen, the Broadway musical. Special thank you once again to Billings Cultural Partners and Community 7 for giving us this opportunity. I love coming here once a month and talking about all this stuff. And thank you, Nancy,
You're
for coming.
welcome. Thank
Yay.
you for
Yeah, it was
dragging me.
painless, I
No,
think.
okay.